Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with another stimulus check update video. In today's video, I am going to be answering your questions. That is correct. All the questions that you have submitted all week long regarding Shalae, I am going to answer them for you today. So if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hey, okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel, we talk about shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my crazy internet family. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like. Why don't you go ahead and give me a like? All right, so you guys know I have been pumping out videos, right? Because it's the weekend, and the weekend I have more time to converse with you guys, and thinking about doing another live. So let me know if you want me to go live, and you can ask whatever. All right, so let's go ahead and get some of the questions that I pulled. The first question comes from Heather. She says, how do I get help on all my bills? Heather, okay, if I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't have any bills. Now, I don't know if there's a way for you to get help on all your bills. It just depends on what type of bills you have, but I would definitely start with Google. I know that there's programs for rent assistance, utility assistance. I've talked about those in some of my videos. But girl, what type of bills are you trying to get help with? Like, are we talking about like a credit card bill? Are we talking about like the roof needs to be redone? What bills are we discussing, Heather? But great question nonetheless. All right. Hope says, will this second stimulus be for people who were claimed on Ssdi? All right, so Social Security disability. So the second stimulus is supposed to be for Social Security disability, SSI, as well as they want to remove, even if you were claimed as a dependent, that you still should get the money. So we know with the CARES Act, if you were claimed for a dependent, you did not receive a $1,200 stimulus. But on the HEROES Act, they want to do that even if you were claimed, even if you are older than 17, you still will get it. But the issue is it has not been approved by the Senate. I'm gonna say that again for the people in the back. It has not been approved by the Senate. So there's so much talk, guys, regarding the HEROES Act. I want it to pass. You want it to pass. America wants it to pass. However, we have Big Daddy Senate that is saying no, 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 no. So we have to wait. The next question comes from Ginger. Do you know of anyone who can help a single mother get a car or a grant or a loan with terrible credit? Also, do you know of any resources for Tennessee? All right, Ginger. So, this is a lot to digest. So you're a single mom and you need a car and you want to know with loans or grants. Well, if your credit is not that great now, I'm not an any Dave Ramsey, okay? But if your credit is not that great, I don't think that you would want a loan out on a car as of right now, because the interest is going to be sky high. When it comes to grants, I would look into, of course, you know, my best friend is Google, okay? I would look for Google for any grants. I know that there used to be organizations, I know in Alabama, like in Huntsville, it was an organization that would give you like a used car. Now, I don't know what the requirements were, what documentation you had to provide, but they would give like a used car up to like $1,200 worth, or even I know you can donate a used car. So what I would say is there's always money out there, guys. I'm gonna say that again. There is always money out there. There is ways for you to make money, okay? The issue is we have to look for them. There are legal ways. Okay, wait, let's just start that over. There are legal ways that you can make money, and there are grants and different things on there. We just have to find them. And I'm a big believer in finding them. Are there resources for Tennessee? Right off the top of my head with this question, I'm sure there are. Do I know of those resources? Not as of right now. I know in Nashville, there's some resources, as well as like Clarksville, Tennessee. But I hope that you get the assistance. Come on, my Shalae squad, okay? Let me know down in the comments below if you know of any resources for Tennessee so we can help Miss Ginger, okay? And if I find something, I'll come back and let you know. All right, so the next question or comment comes from Yvette. She says, Miss Morgan, I caught your segment on your views and concerns over what happened to George Floyd and so many, what she said, and so many other, okay, I couldn't, that part must have cut off. It was a very humbling, heartfelt, and touching segment. Just wanted to say thank you for sharing the transparency side of you. Thank you so much, Yvette, for watching. For those that have not watched, I would definitely encourage you to go watch that video. All the proceeds that I make from that video is going to benefit Black Lives Matter, the NAACP as well. So I think George Floyd was just not a African-American thing. As you can see, his life has touched the world, and you see that there are protests going on all over the world, and in some type of way it affected all of us to be able to see that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your touching comments. And yeah, if you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Even if you just want to check it out and mute it and don't want to hear my thoughts, or if you have a different opinion, that is fine. But the money will go to benefit a good cause, okay? All right. The next one comes from Mary. She says, my taxes were picked up for review on February 25th, but I still have not received any refund, and I have not gotten anything from the IRS and my state refund, but I can't find anyone to talk to at the IRS to see why I have not received my refund. What should I do? Mary, as of right now, when it comes to your tax refunds, the IRS has announced that they are not working on tax refunds. They are still working on getting out the stimulus checks for people who have yet to receive them. Those checks can go to September. Also, we know on July 15th that is when you have to submit your taxes as of right now. But if there's a second stimulus, that may get pushed to the left a little bit further. So right now, I would still try to contact the IRS number and see if you can get in contact with anyone. They do have a Twitter, they have an email, I think they have another way that you can contact them. I would use all forms or methods of communication to try to see what happened with your tax refund. But I mean, you may just have to wait, because they have put out, they're not touching that, and they have trailers on top of trailers full of tax returns that need to be processed. Okay. The next question comes from Tracy. She says, why is it that the SNAP benefits are only for the people that's already getting them? What about the people that, hold on, it's like your questions get cut off. What about the people that don't normally qualify? The meat and everything has gone up extremely higher than normal. People cannot afford any type of food. Come on now, what can we do, like really? All right, Tracy, this is a lot, because in my last video, maybe about 2 days ago, I talked about EBT and the cost of food, and somebody explained to me that ground beef was like $16. I was like, are you serious? Ground beef? Like, are we saying like turkey? Ground beef is $16? But for some people that are on SNAP benefits, they are still, or that were receiving SNAP benefits, they now have been told that they don't qualify. So I know that you said some people, the only people that can get SNAP benefits are for the people that were getting them previously. That is not the case right now. Also, what about the people that cannot afford them? This is the time that you reach out to your local legislators, guys. I cannot say this enough. I think this pandemic, the year 2020, now has shown us how much exercising our vote really matters. Not only our vote, but who are the people that we're putting in office, the people that if you don't vote, these legislators, because these are supposed to be the ones that are advocating to, hey, rent assistance, food assistance, EBT. Even EBT released a statement and said that even though the unemployment for the $600 is temporary, they are still going to honor the income requirements. So if you exceed those income requirements because you are on unemployment, you will not qualify. That's it, period, point blank. So we know that as of right now, unemployment is only good to July 31st. And that once this is over, or just say if you don't continue to receive the $600, then you have to start the process all over again, submitting applications, doing all that to get approved. I think it's the system, it's the cycle. This is what you contact and you get on your legislators about. Help is needed. You are the people. We put you here. Help, help, help. What can you do? Budget. You're gonna have to learn to budget. What meals can you make? I mean, there's different things out there, $5 meals that you can find on the internet. There's ebooks on $5 meals. You're going to have to do what you can do with what you have. So you're gonna have to use what you have, okay, and be able to go from there. I don't like it, but that's the world that we live in right now, and we have to adjust, okay? We just have to adjust. All right, thank you so much for your question, and I meant that with love. I'm not mad. Like, I'm mad at how the American people are suffering, and it seems like we have to go through all of this. Like, food should not be an issue. People getting evicted should not be an issue. A second stimulus should not be an issue. Like, really, is this something, like, am I missing something here? Like, we shut down the United States for 2 to 3 months, where people didn't have jobs, couldn't go to a job, or even jobs now have filed bankruptcy. And then we provide assistance that takes forever and a day to get to someone. So by the time we received our first stimulus check, which I'm grateful for, but by the time we received it was almost a month and a half, 2 months later. So bills were already due. There's no jobs really to get as we speak right now. And then we still have to debate on, should there be a second stimulus? I don't get that. I don't understand that. And you'll have people on the opposite side. We can agree to disagree. Okay, we're all grown. You have your own opinion. And then we get people that say, well, you can't depend on the government. You can't. Sometimes this is some people's first time ever using government assistance. Some people were working individuals who had no problem going to work, will still go to work today if they had a job available to them. But now that they're in their time of need, you mean to tell me we can't help them? No, I don't agree with that. So let me get off my rant, because as you can see, I got a little bit passionate about how I feel. Okay, let's go ahead and go on. Alicia. Hi, I would like to know if I filed an amended tax return in 2018 in February of 2020, but have not received any information about it. I have not received my second stimulus. What can I do? I have not filed for my 2019 taxes just yet. So as of right now, Alicia, since you filed an amended return for 2018, you have not filed your 2019 taxes. Your stimulus would be based on your 2018 return. It just depends on have they processed your return yet? Did you meet the income requirements? If you did, then you're probably going to be in that last batch of people, because you have a lot of things going on with the stimulus. When do you plan to file your 2019? Are you going to file them before the July 15th deadline? You know, there's a few things. If you want to, you can reach out to the IRS and see what is the best course of action, or maybe they will even have some information on when you can expect your stimulus. Alrighty, here, the next question comes from Michael. Why doesn't our government care about its people? We are in dire need of financial help. So many people are out of work, people barely living on Social Security, but they can take weeks off, only meet once a month. You think if they weren't making $174,000 a year to $195, they might care a little bit more. Michael, you share my sentiments exactly. I think I just had a rant probably about a minute ago. I should have saved this for your question. I'm sorry, okay? But you're absolutely correct. Sometimes we cannot expect for people that have not been in our situations to understand. I mean, they say that they understand, and this is not a slight, some do. So I'm not gonna say not all. I can't group every politician in that, but we all know that if this second stimulus is passed, that they are stating that this could be at the end of July. But we also know that come August 7th, they have like their recess where they are out for a month. So everything would have to be done before August. I don't know if if it's not, they don't care, or if they're looking at the bigger picture. I did not go to school for economics. I'm sure you probably didn't as well. And maybe they're looking at the financial advisors and they're just going on, hey, we know that it looked like there was a slight improvement in jobs last week. It was 2.5 million jobs that were created. So maybe they're looking at that. I have no idea. But you know, I'm not gonna say Shalae for president because that is not my lane. That is not my ministry. Okay. But I will say that if anything, I hope this lesson has taught us when we do go back to work, when things do change, that we find a way to save, whether that's couponing, shopping, creating a budget. I hope that we will never be back in this situation again where you have to depend on the government. And I'm saying that with love. I know some people are on SSI, Ssdi. There's always ways that we can look and try to save, if there's different programs out there. But I hope that we as American people can find a way that next time, because they're saying this may be a fall thing, you know, the pandemic may come back or may come back in the fall. And so in the event that it does, because we already know that this may be an issue, how can we prepare? And I think the better we are prepared, but this also is extend grace. And I say extend grace because this is the first time like this, something like this has happened since 1918 for the Spanish flu. So I don't think anyone knew. I mean, there were warning signs, yes. Was there warning signs? Yes, but I don't think anyone knew how severe it was going to be. And now, did we react quickly? Should we have reacted a little bit sooner? No one knows. We're looking at it now and we can say all these things, but when we were going in it, remember, we were only thinking that this was only going to be a few weeks, and now it has turned into months. And now months may even turn into a year, you know? So extend grace. Hopefully we can get through this and we will go from there. This is it with the questions, guys. Continue to submit your questions. I'm definitely hoping that it's a great or a better outcome on the second stimulus. But if not, we are resilient people. We have lost jobs before. I know some people have lost jobs before. You have bounced back then. And remember, for me, I don't put my faith and trust in the government. I am a woman of God. And, you know, if you don't like that, that's fine. If you don't believe it, that is fine as well. But my hope comes from above, and I am a firm believer that God takes care of his children. He takes care of us. Even on times that I thought that I would not be able to get through things, I have gone through them and I have been covered. So right now, if you have food, if you have shelter, if you have family, right now, those are the greatest blessings that we can have in this time of need. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I will talk to you later in the next video. Bye, guys. Yay! Bye.